Nice to have you back. Josh Goforth and Bryan McDowell have been entertaining adults for years. But something you probably don't know about is that each of them is committed to our youth. In 2018, Bryan moved back from Nashville to his hometown of Asheville, North Carolina, and dedicated himself to teaching the young people about the traditional mountain music. And Josh will tell you, one of his main goals in life is to get the young people interested in traditional music. And he says, you know, if they could just see it and hear it, they'll fall in love with it. And the earlier, the better. So let's make these young people fall in love with it right now with Bryan McDowell and Josh Goforth.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, we'd love to start off with a song that you guys can help us sing, because when I was a little kid growing up in the mountains of western North Carolina, I loved to go to my grandmother's house. And we would sit on her porch and she would sing song after song, and she taught me, I don't know how many, probably 100 different songs that we would sing every time I would go around there. And this is a tune actually that's started as a fiddle tune, and then the words were written later, and your part's super easy. Let me show you how your part goes. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? You ready? Let's try it. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Well, I came into town on the medicine show. Everybody loved old Cotton Eye Joe. Don't you remember? Don't you know Daddy met a man called Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Clap along. Yeah. From the older generation, like basically you just have to go hang out with old people all day long. So they could teach you all these instruments. And of course, my favorite instrument when I was growing up was this instrument right here. Do you know what this is? No. It is not a violin. It is a fiddle. That's right. Actually, the violin and the fiddle are exactly the same instrument. It's just the way that you play it that makes it different. Now, the cool thing about the violin or the fiddle is that it was designed to sound like the human voice. It can sing like the human voice. And just like I was listening in Noah's set, you guys were impersonating all kinds of bird sounds. You can do all kinds of these impersonations on the fiddle. Like, for instance, you can make bird sounds on the fiddle. You can go. That's a woodpecker. You can also make cool, like mechanical sounds, like trains on the fiddle. Watch. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the animal that we're going to kind of impersonate with this next tune, because it's that this animal, actually my granddad owned, he called his rooster Bullet. And Bullet was the meanest rooster you've ever seen in your whole life. Let me show you a picture of my granddad. Here he is, right here. One of the last of the old mountain men. Now, as you can tell, we'll just say that he's got a big wad of bubble gum in his mouth for the kids' show. And my granddad, he loved his rooster Bullet. And Rooster Bullet was the meanest rooster you've ever seen. Bullet would hide behind my granddad's truck tire. And he would wait until you would pass the truck. And when you would, Bullet would jump out, and he would start squawking, and he would jump up and down, and he had razor-sharp talons on the back of his legs, and he would scratch your legs, and he made this particular sound when he would do that. He would go, and so, Bryan and I would like to play for you a tune that kind of sounds like Bullet the Rooster. And here's the way it goes. See if you can hear Bullet. And you may want to impersonate him with the fiddle, okay? Here we go.
How many people here can tell me some famous rivers? Anybody can tell me some famous rivers in the world? Why we got a hand up over here. What's the famous river on your mind?
Mississippi River.
The Mississippi River. That's a huge river. It flows all over the U.S. What about somebody else? Somebody down here? The Amazon River. That's down in South America. How old do you think these rivers are? Let's take a wild guess. What if I told you that one of the oldest rivers in the world is kind of right in our backyard? It flows down through West Virginia and down through Virginia, all the way down into North Carolina before it goes out to the ocean. It's called the New River. It's called the New River. Now animals have traveled right along the banks of these rivers for years and years and years, thousands of years, and they wear out a trail along the river. And then people came along, and people kind of widened that trail, and they would draw horse carts along it and bring horses and buggies and wagons and turned them into roads. And then the next thing that came was railroads. Any of you ever been out along the railroads and laid pennies on the track? That was something that we used to do back in my hometown, back in North Carolina. Can't do that anymore. Now, so 100 years ago, railroads was the main way that you get in and out of town, get back into these hollers up in West Virginia. And there was this one old mountain philosopher. He went down to the city. He went down to the city on the New River train, and he found himself a girlfriend. and he wrote this next song here. Now this has got a sing-along part. Oh, you need some help.
I need that.
Josh has a requirement for an instrument here. Show him how to play that one.
Thank you. Anybody know what this is? Mandolin, that's exactly right. Now the mandolin is tuned exactly the same way as the fiddle. Hear it? But it has 2 strings for each note instead of 1, which makes it impossible to tune. As my granddad used to say, there'll be no mandolins in heaven.
In fact, I think the mandolin comes from Italy, and I think that might, that word, Josh, isn't that Italian for something?
Yeah, out of tune.
Yeah. So this has got a sing-along part. Let's go ahead and practice that in the chorus so we can hit it real good when it comes to the actual song. It's called Riding on That New River Train. The song is called Riding on That New River Train, and here's the chorus. Now riding on that new river train, riding on that new river train, that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. Let's sing it again. Now riding on that new river train, riding on that new river train, that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. Perfect, you're hired. Here we go. Darling, you can't love one. Darling, you can't love one. Well, you can't love one and have any fun. Darling, you can't love one. Riding on that new river train, riding on that new river train, that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. Take the fiery solos, guys. Darling, you can't love two. Darling, you can't love two. Can't love two, and a little heart be true. Darling, you can't love two.
Let's sing it, Rick.
Now riding on that new river train, riding on that new river train, that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. I'll take it. Darling, you can't love 3. Darling, you can't love 3. Can't love 3 and still love me. Darling, you can't love 3. Riding on that new river train, riding on that new river train, that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. Now, darling, you can't love 4. Darling, you can't love 4.
How long could it go?
Well, you can't love 4 and walk through my door. Darling, you can't love 4. Last chorus, riding on that new river train, riding on that new river train, that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me away again. Now I said that same old train that brought me here's gonna carry me
Darling, you can't live 10,073. Well, I want to teach you something that you can kind of take home with you, because how many of you play an instrument? Any of you play an instrument? Yeah, all right, a lot of you do. Well, as you know, Bryan and I started when we were very young, probably about your age. I started playing piano when I was 4, and I practiced every single day. It's so important if you play an instrument to practice, and that's what makes you better and better and better, and then you can learn to play guitar like Bryan did. Wasn't he amazing? But what you may not know is you don't even need an instrument to make music. You can make music just using your body. And so what I like to do is I like to show you some rhythms that you can make. These are called ham bone rhythms. Now the reason we call them ham bone rhythms is because they use a lot of times your thigh, which old people back home called your ham bone. Now let me show you the easiest one, and we're going to do it together, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to clap, hit one leg, and hit the other leg. And that's as simple as that. Let me get the rhythm going and you guys join in. So listen to it first. Listen. It goes. Come on. That's it. All right. Now here's the classic ham bone rhythm. Let me tell you. Let me show you. Hit down on your leg, up on your leg, up on your chest, down on your leg, up on your chest, and basically just hit everything you can without hurting yourself. This is the classic ham bone rhythm. That's the simple. Okay, all right, I can tell that this is the advanced group. I can tell. So how about this one? Listen to this one. Now, David Holt told me that he learned this from Roy Acuff, one of the first stars of the Grand Ole Opry, and he said this is the first musical thing that he ever did. So I'm going to kind of turn around backwards so you can see it. So you take your left arm, you put it in front of you kind of like this. You take your right arm, you point it straight up in the air. Now you want to leave your left arm still, don't move it. So we're going to come down with our right arm and hit our right here on our forearm, hit back up, and then clap your elbow. So you get this rhythm going, ta-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta. This is what people did before they had TV. That's the idea. Good. Okay, how about this one? Here's what you do. Put a little space in between your hands. Clap on this side. Clap on this side. Clap on this side. Clap on this side. And to get it going faster, you just move your elbows up and down.
Hey Josh, what's that one called?
Huh?
What's that one called?
I have no clue.
I think it's called the windshield wiper.
The windshield wiper. It will now forever be known as the windshield wiper, named by Bryan McDowell. How about this one? Oh, now here's what you do, okay? If you want to make a really high-pitched sound, you make your mouth really big like this. Listen to it. Just lightly tap the bottom of your cheeks. Try that. Now, if you want to make a low-pitched sound, you make your mouth hole really small like this. Listen. Now, listen now. If you go from big mouth to small mouth, it sounds like this. Listen. Ready? Hit it! That's it. So we're going to do a little call and answer song. And it's really simple. We're going to start with the most easy way to do the rhythm. Remember, we clap, we hit our leg, we hit our other leg. And you're just going to repeat everything that I say. You can just follow Bryan, okay? Let's get some sound going. Ready? I'm a long john. I'm a long time gone. I'm a long time gone. Like a turkey through the corn.
Like a turkey through the corn.
With my new shoes on.
With my new shoes on.
If I would listen.
If I would listen.
What my mama said.
What my mama said.
Well, I'd have been sleeping.
Well, I've been sleeping.
In my feather bed.
In my feather bed.
I'm a long john.
I'm a long john.
I'm a long time gone.
I'm a long time gone.
Like a turkey through the corn.
Like a turkey through the corn.
With my new shoes on.
With my new shoes
Now,
on.
Bryan's going to keep the rhythm going. You guys repeat after me. Are you ready? should have a video of this. I'm a long jog.
I'm a long time.
I'm a long time gone.
I'm a long time gone.
Like a turkey through the corn.
Like a turkey through the corn.
With my new shoes on.
With my new shoes on.
With my new shoes on. With my new shoes on. With my new shoes on. Still right. Now, let's say that you want to get past just hitting yourself. There's some really easy things that you can get at home that you can also create rhythm on. And Bryan's going to play us a fiddle tune, and I want to show you a couple of these. The first one I'm going to show you is the paper bag. And the paper bag's really simple. You can get you a small little paper bag like this one. You can even get you one of the big ones, and that kind of has a real bass sound. What you do is you put a little air in it. You kind of hold it at the top. You can kind of hit it kind of like you're doing your hand bone rhythm. You just... It makes a nice little rhythm instrument. The other rhythm instrument that comes from the county I grew up in is called the stump fiddle. It's just a stick with bottle caps nailed to it. That's all it is. And you might be able to get your parents to help you make one. Parents out there, it's per nail. There are 3 bottle tops per nail, okay? Just to let you know. And you kind of figure out a nail with a really big head on it, and then you just make the hole a little bit smaller and hammer it in. And there's a lot of cool rhythms you can do with this. Listen to this one. You can hit it on the ground, then you hit it with another stick. You get it going. Nice rhythm instrument. So we're going to kind of put these together. And we're going to start out with a fiddle tune that you can help us sing. This is the Turkey in the Straw. Now, when I sing Turkey in the Straw, you answer back, haw, haw, haw. When I sing Turkey in the Hay, you say, hey, hey, hey. Let's try that. Turkey in the straw.
Hey, hey, hey.
Turkey in the hay.
Hey, hey, hey.
Simple as that. Are you ready? Now, if you want to make some rhythm with me, you can just pat the top of your lap, okay? Get us going, Mr. Bryan. Can you tie him in a knot? Can you tie him in a bow? Can you throw across your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? Here we go. Turkey in the straw.
Ha, ha, ha.
Said turkey in the hay.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well, a little frog danced with his mother-in-law, and he fiddled up a tune called Turkey in the Straw. Yeah. Well, I had a little chicken, but she wouldn't lay an egg, so I poured hot water up and down her leg. Well, a little chicken cackled and a little chicken begged. The little chicken laid a hard-boiled egg. Turkey in the straw. Well, a turkey in the hay.
Hey, hey, hey.
Well, the little frog danced with his mother-in-law, and he fiddled up a tune called the Turkey in the Straw. Well, I've had a whole lot of fun. Have you had fun?
Yeah.
Bryan and I have. We'd like to get you to help us sing one last song. And this is one of my favorite songs that I sung when I was your age. And it's a song that's been around for a long time. My friend David Holt, who's a great musician and storyteller, I got to play music with him for 20 years, and he just retired. And one of David's favorite things to do was to go and find whoever the oldest person in the world was at that time. And he told me that he went and visited this lady from Bamberg, South Carolina, who was 123 years old.
Oh.
Susie Brunson. And he always asked him the same question. He said, I love to ask these older people, how did they live that long and what their favorite song was when they were a child. And Susie Brunson said that her secrets to living long was to be good to everybody and eat ice cream every day. That's pretty good news. And he also asked her what her favorite song was. And she said when she was a little girl growing up in Bamberg, South Carolina in the 1870s, her favorite song was This Little Light of Mine. So let's close out with that tune, okay? Now this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. With this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, okay? Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Well, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Deep down in my heart, deep down in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Well, deep down in my heart, I'm gonna let it shine. Deep down in my heart, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Now, Bryan and I are gonna back you up. You sing it. Ready? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, I hope between now and the next time you see us, you will let your light shine. And don't forget Susie Brunson saying, be good to everybody and eat ice cream every day. One more time. This little light of mine.